What's up guys, Cloakfiend here, and today we're going to be doing a comparison of chrome paints basically. So we're going to be comparing the Alclad with the Mirror, with the Molotov, with some Mirror Effect rattle can, another rattle can Deco colour, and your bog standard chrome, which is not advertised as being Mirror, but just to give you a comparison. Spoiler alert, this one is the worst one. But anyway, before I do that, I just want to give a massive shout out to Mike and Russell for supporting me on Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, I'm just going to be doing loads of videos, tutorials, and giving away my models. So as like a welcome gesture, if you see any of my models in my Instagram or whatever, or during these videos, just give me a holler in an email and I'll put it in the freebies section and you can just download it. So just check down there for the link for my Patreon, and now let's get on with this comparison. And basically I'm going to be applying them to a skull which I've sprayed with a black gloss spray paint as well, which is just a generic kind of automotive. In this case it's a Halfords Gloss Black spray can. So I've done 2 coats of that just to try and make the surface as smooth as possible. So I'm going to be using an iWater airbrush to paint my stuff with. This is an HPBS airbrush. You can get any one you want, but don't buy a cheap ass airbrush because you're going to have problems with it. Buy like a decent brand. There are other brands. I went for iWater back in the day just because that's what they had in the shop. I'm pretty happy with it as well. So this is what I'm going to be using. And I'm just going to be cleaning my airbrush out with airbrush cleaner by Spraycraft because I really like it and recommend it highly. So here are all my skulls painted up. I've labelled the bottoms just to remember what they are, and I've got an old Rustoleum Chrome one from before to compare that with because I did another rattle can from before. So while they're kind of drying, I got these two here which I'll get in focus. So basically what I've decided to do was have half gloss, half matte primer, and then I'm going to do that with the Molotow and the Mirror because they're the most, as far as I'm concerned, the most chrome-like paints that I've tested. So this is your bog standard chrome paint, Rustoleum, out of a rattle can. That's pretty much what it looks like all around. So this is the Lexan sprayed on lightly over the black gloss, and I'm just going to get an object so you can see the reflectivity. There you go, and there you have it. And I'm about 1 meter away here with my hand, so that's what you're seeing. So that's what that looks like, a little bit darker. This is the regular chrome over the black gloss. That's what that looks like. And I'm going to get the red object to show you what that looks like reflective wise, and again 1 meter away is here. So that's the chrome, Alclad Chrome. This is the Deco rattle can spray paint, which isn't actually all that bad. I didn't sand the back. And 1 meter away we do the reflective test, so that's that one there. And 1 meter away is about here. So it has some nice mirror value. So that's that one, that's the rattle can. So this is the Deco spray paint. So just to compare the two, these are both rattle can paints. So if you're going to buy a rattle can paint, then definitely recommend that Deco paint one. It's totally not mirror effect, but it's a lot more reflective than your average Rustoleum spray can. This is the gold mirror effect Rustoleum spray paint. Totally not mirror like at all. It's totally like, I don't know, not mirror like basically. It's hazy as hell. But there you go if you want kind of nice-ish gold. This is Mirror, so that's what Mirror looks like all around. Let's get the object. And this is 1 meter away here. Even further back. This is like 2 meters now back here. So that's looking like that. This one is definitely the most mirroriest of all. So yeah, that's what that looks like. This is Alclad Chrome, Alclad Chrome sprayed lightly. So that's the regular chrome one that's been sprayed lightly of black gloss. Just thought I'd show you that. There you go. That's what it looks like. And I'll get my metal object. So that's what it looks like with a reflective wise. Do the 1 meter test. Hold on, I'll show it on the round part. It's getting very sunny outside. Sorry about that. So yeah, this one's a bit misty on the back. So I'll try and get a shiny bit. This is 1 meter away anyway. As you can see it, maybe I can get a better reflection. So yeah, this is 1 meter essentially. So yeah, this one kind of looks alright anyway, but sorry, it's like extremely difficult to film reflective stuff when the sun's getting really bright. But yeah, that's the Alclad Chrome with sprayed lightly over the black gloss. And this is the Molotow version, well, version 2 I call it. This is one that I sprayed a little bit heavier, or lighter I mean, sorry. So this one's pretty damn reflective as well, as you can see. So I'll show you that as well. There you go. I'll take a still afterwards. So just take a photo, get the object. I forgot, I don't know if I did the object in the other one. So yeah, this is 1 meter away here. About 1 meter. About 2 meters is about there. I need to reach out. 2 meters, I've got long arms. So yeah, this is 2 meters. You can still see my arm, I reckon. Come back in. So yeah, that's Molotow Chrome. Still really good, just really difficult to apply without kind of weird hazing areas, as you can see, slight one there. It's not, some people say it takes 3 days to dry, but mine was dry in a couple of hours. Anyway, you can see my whole table there. That's my sunglasses. I've got to say, what I like about this is it's got little squeezy tops, so I can just load it into my airbrush really easily. I just thought I'd mention that about the Molotow. So here's the dog that I painted. This is the mirror gloss side, even though it doesn't make any difference what side you paint. He's got some dust and bits and bobs on there. I think he was dirty to begin with, so I can't really say much about that. Even though sometimes you do get weird spots and stuff, I've noticed. Mirror is not perfect either by any means. And the other one is Molotov. This one just looks smoother, to be honest with you. Maybe the model was, who knows, at the end of the day. See that I painted this one yesterday and it's dry to the touch, so I don't know what people are on about, like it takes like 10 years to dry, not for me anyway, so it's not particularly hot. I'm in England, so anyway, that's that one. Just thought I'd show you that. Now I just want to emphasize these kind of weird streaks that occur with these, both Mirror and Molotow, by the way. So it's not only Molotow. This is a Molotow paint right now that you're looking at, and as you can see that you've got weird streaks, especially these ones here, and I'll do a close-up into that one as well, just so you can see what's going on. It's not a lack of paint, it's just a way the paint has decided it's going to cure, basically. So I'm going to have a little experiment on kind of ways of applying this paint without that happening, because obviously I've done it a couple of times and it hasn't happened. So I don't know whether it's a fact of laying on too thick, too thin, or a particular angle, not, you know, I don't know. So that's one thing that you have to bear in mind. You might get these kind of weird kind of patches of just like on top of the head here, where it's just a little bit misty, and it doesn't really matter how many coats you give it, because you can be making one side chromy, but a side effect will be maybe the other side will be getting mistier. So that's one of my kind of annoyances with using these kind of hyper chromy paints. Don't know really what causes that. Don't know whether it's the air out the airbrush blowing it and drying it, or have no idea. So I'm going to be investigating with that. So here you've got Molotov, Mirror and Alclad. They all look great as far as I'm concerned, as you can see the reflections. But in my opinion, you can actually see particles if you zoom into the Molotov and to the Alclad. But if I zoom into the mirror, you don't see any particles. So there you have it, all the different paints and reflectivities. If you want a kind of a suggestion as to which one you want to buy, I can't really make a recommendation other than if you want a hyper reflective one, I'd say go for the Molotow or Mirror if you can get them. But again, Alclad is very good as well, so it's just a different kind of reflectivity or different style. So you might want to go for a more anodized look or just more kind of brushed metal or different kinds of metal. Either way, they're really good. Even the spray can Deco paint is damn good, you know, for what it is. This one here, I think, yeah, that's the one. So none of these have been clear coated, by the way. I'm going to do that in another video. But yeah, all of the paints in my opinion are good and have their uses, and they look great apart from this gold Rustoleum mirror effect, because it's got the least mirror effect out of all the paints in my opinion, even though it looks alright on camera. But there you have it, that's my take on it. They're all great paints, very weird paints. If you you can't just spray them on like you're spraying on some primer. They just don't go on that way. The Alclad paints, like I said, they're more of a gloss mixed with some magical chemicals that make them metallic when they go on black. If you look at it in the bottle, just look how it reacts. It's really weird. It's just like it keeps on moving. It's just so odd. Just thought I'd show you that. I just find it quite interesting. Don't know if you can... the metallic, the chrome and the mirror are both, you know, they're both like mirror paints when you pour them in the airbrush. And the other rattle can ones, well, you don't know what the paint looks like. It's in a rattle can. And yeah, that's about it. So if you want to go for the hyper mirror stuff, then I guess Molotow is the way to go if you can't get hold of the mirror, because it's not available from what I know at the moment. But there you go. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and see you next time. I thought I'd like to add that if you could be spraying large stuff, maybe Alclad is the way to go, because it's a mist essentially, so you can have a large panel and just mist the whole panel in one go, as opposed to, let's say, the Molotow or the Mirror, which you essentially have to lay on really thick, so you end up using a lot more paint. So yeah, that might be an option, but yeah, that's just my take on it. They're all good in their own way. The Alclad has got some nice kind of effects. You can do more with the Alclad in my opinion, so you can because the other ones are literally just like you spray down a mirror, that's it, done. You're not going to get more than a mirror effect. You might get a lame mirror effect or a good mirror effect and everything in between, but that's about it. With the Alclad one, you can kind of get this kind of, you can get hazy effects or kind of bad metal, used metal, worn metal, kind of anodized metal. But basically, because it's such a unique material, you can get loads of different varieties. You can lay it on thicker and get it more metallic. You can lay it on thinner, get it more kind of glossy, black, darker chrome. You can probably tint it by using different colors underneath the chrome that you spray on it. And so it's a lot more versatile in my opinion. And it still looks really nice as well. So yeah, that's my take on it. So if you're going to be, and so it's going to be a lot cheaper to spray massive panels, because it's just a mist essentially that you're going over things, as opposed to the other ones which are like paint. So yeah, that's my take on it. There is another one called Spats, which I didn't get to try out, and of course the Alumaluster, which is hideously expensive, and I just don't have any. I have the need to actually paint with that. It's going to cost you hundreds of dollars just to paint like a helmet or something, which you could probably do with Alclad for like, I don't know, 20. So there you go, that's my take on this. Hope you've enjoyed the video again, and yeah, I'll try not to come back and think of something while I'm sleeping. And that's about it. Yeah, I'm going to carry on doing tutorials, so I'm going to do a tutorial about, you know, how I think is a really nice way to paint them, how to apply clear coat, gloss them, because these are all unclear coated as well, by the way. So I'm going to investigate that. I've got some gloss here, so that's aqua gloss. I'll try that out. I'll buy some regular gloss as well. I'll try 2K as well, why not? I've got a can of that, I haven't opened it. So yeah, that's it for now. See you later. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.